Shalom. I hope everybody's having a good day or night whenever you end up seeing this. I thought I would go ahead and add some additional information that has recently fell into my lap. And it has to do with the 364-day calendar. People call it the Qumran calendar or the Enoch calendar and so forth. So, it says in the biblical scriptures that you should always have between 2 and 3 witnesses. Well, I've had a third witness on this that fell into my lap. Well, not literally, but came across my observation a couple days ago. And initially I heard what it was, and then I had to start doing some serious digging to find out if this was actually true. And what I'm going to talk about, it is true. It does exist. And in the description box of this video, I'm actually going to put in there exactly what it is that I'm talking about. So, we know that the book of Enoch and the book of Jubilees talks about a 364-day calendar year. Now, with that, you have a 364-day solar year for us to go around the sun once, and then you have the moon, which goes around 354 days. If you take the weekly number 7 and divide that by 354 days for the moon, you get some crazy gibberish number. But if you divide that same number by 364 days, you get 52. So exactly 52 weeks. And in the book of Jubilees in chapter 6, the whole thing starts in verse... Let me look at my other computer screen over here. Get out of that. So the whole thing with Jubilees, it starts off in chapter 6 at verse 30 and runs to verse 38. So I'm going to read the meat and potatoes portion of this passage out of the book of Jubilees. But if they do neglect and do not observe them according to his commandment, then they will disturb the seasons, and the years will be dislodged from the order. And they will disturb the seasons, and the years will be dislodged. And they will neglect their ordinances. And all the children of Israel will forget and will not find the path of the years, and will forget the new months, not new moons, new months, and seasons and Sabbaths, and they will go wrong as to the order of the years. For I know, and from henceforth I will declare unto you that it is not of my own devising for the book to be written before me and on the heavenly tablets. The division of days is ordained, lest they forget the feasts of the covenant and walk according to the feast of the Gentiles, after their error and after their ignorance. For there will be those who will assuredly make observations of the moon. So the calendar system that Israel is currently using right now, how it disturbs the seasons from year to year 10 days too soon. The moon has a pattern that comes in 10 days slower than the sun. For this reason, the years will come upon them when they will disturb and make abominable days of testimony, and an unclean day a feast day, and they will confound the days, the Kodesh with the unclean. Kodesh meaning the set apart. And the unclean days with the Kodesh, for they will go wrong as to the months and the Sabbaths and the feasts and the jubilees. For this reason I command and testify to you that you may testify to them, for after your death your children will disturb them, so that they will not make a year 364 days only for this season. They will go wrong as the new months and seasons and Sabbaths and festivals, and they will eat all kinds of blood with all kinds of flesh. So, I mean, that's giving a very stern warning to not make observations of the moon. So all these new moon sightings and new moons starting the month, it's blatantly clear and obvious here not to do that. But we're all pretty much aware of that one. Now, one thing I stumbled across, which the math makes sense for a very peculiar reason. With the way our current rotation is right now, it is slightly over 365 days. But from the math that I found that this gentleman did, which is originally it looked complicated, but it's actually made easy. Every seventh year, add a, kind of like how we call it leap years, you add a week. And a week is composed of 7 days. So every seventh year, add a seventh week, or add an additional week. It's that perfect number in the Father's creation, 7. But this is what I'm going to impart you with now. This is a text out of what I understand to be this gigantic Psalms scroll that they found in Qumran. And its key text labeled as David's compensations. It's located, it was out of Cave 11, QPS, column number 27 in the scroll. And it's only 9 verses what I have here that have been translated. It's probably all they were able to find of it. It says right here, "And David, the son of Jesse, was wise and a light like the light of the sun, and literate, and discerning and perfect in all his ways before Elohim and men. And Yahweh gave him a discerning and enlightened spirit, and he wrote 3,600 psalms." We're missing a few psalms then. "And songs to sing before the altar over the whole burnt purification offering every day. For all the days of the year, 364 days. And for the offering of the Sabbaths, 52 songs, 52 weeks. And for the offering of the new moons, and for the solemn assemblies, and for the day of atonement, 30 songs. And all the songs that he spoke were 446. And songs, and for making music over the stricken, 4. And for the total was 4,050. All these he composed through prophecy, which was given to him before the Most High." So, this is an additional document that was discovered in the Qumran caves, along with Jubilees, along with Enoch, and now we're looking at this giant Psalm scroll. The way I understand it, this scroll is, I want to say it's about 5 or 6 meters long. I mean, it's rather significant in size. But right here, this thing, it's talking about creating a song for every day of the year, which is 364 days, a song for every week of the year, which is 52 weeks or 52 songs. So I thought I would go ahead and share that with y'all. Like I said, I'm going to post the what I'm looking at here. I put it into a Word document, and I wish I could post the screenshot of the section of the scroll that this is actually coming off of. And as a matter of fact, it caught me by surprise. But I think it's on this particular scroll under column 27. If you look on the image of it on the third or fourth line down, is you're actually seeing the Paleo Hebrew tetragrammaton for Yahweh. So it's on there. So they're going to people that are going to be out there that are going to kick and scream and fuss and fight and say, "Oh, this isn't accurate," and all this other kind of stuff. That's between you and the Father. For me, I was severely happy to see this little nugget that came across my plate. So with that, folks, stay blessed. Shalom.